As those Cyber Monday orders start to come in, keep an eye out on your packages. From coast to coast, those porch pirates are back at it, getting more savvy and more brazen by the day and taking your purchases right from under you. An annual study by Safewise estimates more than 120 million packages were stolen from porches nationally last year, costing Americans nearly $16 billion. One New York family learning that the hard way when a thief runs up to their Long Island home and steals the package right off their porch, all while the family is standing there talking to the UPS driver. They go off and chase him, but he gets away. New York City ranks the worst city for package theft, followed by Philadelphia, Chicago, Washington, D.C., and Houston in the top 5. Here now is Dr. Ben Stickle, professor of criminal justice administration at Middle Tennessee University. Welcome to you. I always hope they're getting like retainer cleaner or like personalized stationery that they can't use, and they're not getting anything valuable, but they are becoming more brazen. I mean, what's the mindset here? I mean, how much are they actually coming away with?
That's a really good question. It's not really known exactly how much. I mean, this estimate that you read this morning said about $16 billion in losses. That's just based on victims' estimates of how much their packages are worth, but exactly what's inside of those, whether you said it's something specific to you, whether it's a stationery, whether it's just athletic socks, or something really valuable is really hard to know and really varies on a case-by-case situation.
First of all, who has to recoup the cost? Are companies pretty good if something is stolen to make sure to send it to you again? Who's picking up the losses here?
Well, right now, it seems to be retailers are often the ones who take the brunt of the loss because they're willing to promote their brand satisfaction and replace a product when it's stolen, but they're really not the one who's liable for it. Ultimately, the person who has the package stolen is usually the actual victim and one who's liable. But really, right now, retailers seem to be, reimbursing or sending another package, but that ends up costing all of us in the long run.
I think about the drivers, Ben, right, that have to have their heads on a swivel, that some of these trucks are getting followed, and as soon as they hop out and drop off a package, the criminals know exactly where to go, and they've kind of scoped out these neighborhoods. How dangerous is it becoming for these drivers?
Yeah, delivery driving is actually becoming probably a more risky profession, if you will. There are certainly more risks involved. We have seen package thieves become more organized, more brazen, as you mentioned, following delivery drivers, even stealing directly from them, as we saw in the video here. And so this is becoming more and more of a concern, not only to keep your products safe at your house, but also for the people who actually deliver these products.
Well, let's talk about our home, whether you're in an apartment or you're in a house on kind of a traditional street. What are some of the best measures and layers of protection we can put into place to make sure that we don't become a victim?
Yeah, well, I like that you said layer protection because that's absolutely true. The best thing you can do is keep your package off your front porch. And so when you don't have an opportunity for it to be stolen, it's just less likely to be stolen. So everything from having the package, hidden behind something you have on your porch to being delivered to a lockable porch box, or just making sure that you're there in most cases to receive the package. If you're not going to be, you can schedule deliveries. You can perhaps have it delivered to a neighbor, a family member who's home if your work allows it. And if none of those are options, then you can certainly have it delivered to a storefront or a parcel locker system. But the key is just to keep the package off the front porch and there as little time as possible and just reduce your risk.
How good are security cameras in situations like this? Are they a deterrent at all?
Yeah, security cameras seem to be great for capturing the incident, but they don't seem to be great for actually preventing it. The Safewise survey found that about a quarter of victims already had video surveillance installed in their homes. They were a victim anyway. Some of my own research indicates that thieves might see the camera, but by then it's probably too late. So they just go ahead and commit the crime anyway. So I'm not sure that it's a great preventive measure.
To your knowledge, how often are these porch pirates caught and prosecuted?
Yeah, we don't have any good data on this at all. I would imagine they're not caught very often and probably prosecuted even less times than that. It's just, again, as you pointed out, it could be something very valuable. It could be something not very valuable. And putting people away for long periods of time for stealing something that may be only worth $50, it just doesn't seem to be in the cards in most court systems today.
Yeah, and not going after them, that's certainly not worth it because that can turn from bad to worse real quick. All right, layered protection, sign signatures if you can, and for the drivers, hide it behind a bush. I think people know that they've got a package. They'll look a little to make sure, but if it's not in plain sight, that may help. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.